Hello and welcome to SEGA News Bits. I'm Barry. With me is Classic George.
See, I don't talk because Classic Sonic doesn't talk, so.
You scared me. And of course, you, the listener, you are our avatar. You, I don't know. I don't want to get into that. But, yeah, and so Aaron Weber has been making the rounds both pre-E3 and I guess during E3. He's gone around to Twitch, YouTube, and IGN, bringing his briefcase full of Sonic stuff and memes, and he's been showing off Sonic Forces. And so what have we seen? Well, we've seen pretty much, I think, everything that's going to be playable at the event, though I've heard there might be some surprises tomorrow, aka like today or after you listen to this. So what they've been showing off, there's going to be, and this is what it's called in the game, it's Classic Stage, Sonic Stage, and there's an Avatar Stage. What do you first off, George, what do you think of them now saying Sonic and Classic? So Modern's not even there.
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of weird, right?
I mean, they never called him Modern in Generations, I don't think. I think they just called it Act 1 and Act 2.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
But
That's cool, I guess. I'm surprised that they have like a third like gameplay. But I guess it's whatever. I thought there was going to be Act 1, Act 2, and then you could either play it as Classic and Modern, and then if you wanted to play either act as the Avatar, you could.
Yeah, it's interesting. And so, yeah, so you see a world map, you select Sonic Stage, Classic Stage, or Avatar Stage. So in the case of the Classic Stage, we finally get to see the boss battle that's taking place during Green Hill Zone. And if you're having deja vu, they're doing the exact same thing with Sonic Mania at E3. They're also showing the Green Hill Zone boss battle. And so it kicks off, you have modern Eggman in his classic Eggmobile or Eggomatic, and he's swinging not a mace ball, but like a spinning saw. And it's, you know, it looks pretty easy. And then after a few hits, he comes out and he has the Egg Dragoon, which is the end boss in, what is that, Sonic Unleashed, and also appeared in Sonic Generations.
Yeah.
So some people have been complaining that what we're seeing is a lot of reused assets. What are your thoughts on that?
Reuse assets as in what? Like the boss battle?
Green Hill Zone and Egg Dragoon. I mean, these are both in Sonic Generations.
I think that's a valid criticism. I think this is early on in the game. Because they even said that Sonic isn't around, I always thought that the Green Hill Zone could have been like a flashback. Mm-hmm. Or like the last battle they had with Eggman.
Right. And
it's like Eggman finally beat him with this like robot that kept on transforming from his past mistakes. That's what I always assumed it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
So if it's something like that, and then it's all brand new from here on out, it's not a big deal. But I guess it depends on the overall package.
Yeah. There's also a strange line of dialogue that I'm sure is going to get a lot of people talking, and this is, the right place to talk about it. So, Eggman says to Classic Sonic, "You've got a lot of nerve for a pint-sized Sonic from another dimension."
Huh.
I thought we were in the past, so is Azuka messing with us again, and he sees Classic Sonic as another dimension rather than the past version of modern Sonic?
So this is part of like the Sonic lore, huh?
I guess. I mean, he gave an interview recently where he basically was dividing modern and classic worlds to the point where they said, is Mighty the Armadillo still around? He's like, well, in the classic world he is.
So, I mean, you tell me about this. What do you think? You're more into this like Sonic story and the characters behind it. I personally don't care if it's from another dimension or if it's a younger Sonic, but what do you think about that? And how does it, like, what's your general opinion about it?
I mean, I'm canceling all my pre-orders, even for non-Sonic games. I'm pulling out, no more video games. No, I think it's silly. I think that to refer to it as another dimension is kind of similar to the fact that he refers to Sonic's animal world and the human world as being two separate worlds. It's just overcomplicating things to the point where it's like, all right, so the humans are from Earth A, the animals are from Earth B, but then on top of that, we have another dimension where it's like classic Sonic. It's just too much. Just call it past. Just call it the past. I don't know, and maybe the game will explain this. Maybe, hopefully. I don't want them to overcomplicate it.
Maybe
it shouldn't be that complicated.
Maybe they have a plan of bringing Classic as a new video game, like with Mania. So they want people to think that anything that happens in Mania has nothing to do with the current Sonic?
Maybe, but I mean, Sonic's never really been a franchise outside of Shadow where someone dies, and even then they always come back.
Yeah, I don't know. They're overcomplicating it for a game that shouldn't even be complicated. Just say that it's the past and it's the future. I agree. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and so the next stage they showed off was the Modern Sonic, or Sonic stage. And this takes place in, oh man, what is that stage called? It's like Park...
I don't even remember.
Park Avenue, I think. And so, you know, they show it. It looks very much like Sonic Generations. There's some touches of Sonic Colors. For example, that double jump is back, which I've never been a big fan of because I feel like it's a easy way to fix a problem where you can't platform well, you know, like if you can't reach a platform, give them a double jump so they can save themselves.
Yeah, and instead of actually platforming and playing the platforming game, you're just double jumping everything.
Yeah. And they show the boost gauge. I still think the boost gauge doesn't deplete as fast. I think it should deplete faster so that you can kind of save your boost. Though everything else looks pretty cool. I mean, it really looks like it plays like Generations, so if people are afraid that we're going to see Sonic Lost World 2 here, they probably don't have to worry. Yeah, I mean, there's not too much more to say. We've just seen him playing that.
Yeah.
What was your thought on the Modern Sonic gameplay?
You know, I'm always mixed bag on Modern Sonic. I feel like it's just too fast, like just a bit too fast. I didn't know people were going to be like, I'm an idiot on the freaking comments, but it's too fast, and I feel like the gauging, like you said, the homing attack kind of takes away from the whole platforming aspect of the game, and it feels too automatic. But I know people like it, and it looks like it's solid in this one. It looks like it's going to control well.
Yeah, I mean, it really looks like more of the same with minor tweaks, which I really feel like Generations was a big jump from Sonic Colors, whereas this is looking like a minor jump, and maybe that's because they feel comfortable with it now, and I don't have a problem with that. I love Generations, and I'm not asking for Sonic Team to reinvent the wheel again. Please don't do that.
Yeah, don't do it.
I know some people were saying, oh man, more 2D stages, more classic Sonic, but it's like, for once, Sonic Team's not like going, Werehog, all right, next game, let's think of a different device, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
They're keeping what works. And then the third one is the Avatar, and so we see the Avatar in Green Hill Zone being attacked by a giant crab. They use something called, not weapons, but wispins. So they are wisp-powered weapons. And
I'm pretty sure there's a law against that, you know, using wisp like that.
Yeah. And so they're running through, and I didn't mention this, but, you know, in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see NPCs talking to you over the radio, which is something we've heard about before. So we see, who have we seen? We've seen Vector, we've seen Charmy, we've seen, Amy, Tails, Silver. Sonic's actually rushing to save Shadow, which is interesting. And in this Avatar stage, we see a soldier, so it's like it's a animal character, but he's just a soldier. And so the Avatar's running through. It's kind of neat. They go through a factory where it looks like the Green Hill Zone's almost dying, like white grasses, just looks faded. And then it's dried out, there's rivers of sand, and then finally this giant crab creature chases them, which is a lot like City Escape Act 2 in Generations, where it's more just like dodge and run.
Yeah.
And that's it. And it looks fun. Some people have been saying, oh, it's Sonic, it's basically Sonic Boom. And I'm like, we've mentioned that before, how it has the tether like Sonic Boom, but it doesn't play like Sonic Boom. It really looks like it plays like Sonic without the boost.
Yeah, like a more platform-friendly option.
Which isn't a bad thing. I think that's what they were trying to do with Sonic Lost World, where they were trying to slow Sonic down and give people more of that kind of gameplay, but I think more people want boost, and I also think people don't want to rely on the triggers to have to run. So,
well, you've seen this, so what do you think? You think this is going to be the weak link in the overall Sonic Forces package? Because this is like the most brand new one we're doing.
I don't think so. I think it looks pretty fun. I don't have any... I mean, the character might look goofy, but then again, you create the character, so you could make someone who looks cool in your eyes.
No, but I'm saying gameplay-wise. You think... Because this is the only new gameplay we're getting, because classic Sonic is basically the same one as Generations, and so is modern Sonic.
Yeah, I'll be honest, it looks... I guess if I have to lodge a negative against it, is it doesn't look that different from modern Sonic.
So it's too, like, alike, I guess.
I guess, but that's not really a... I'd rather have that than Werehog or a gameplay style I don't like. Well, I guess, what do people think about these three gameplay styles? What's your favorite? Which one do you think they could put a lot more effort into? And, yeah, do you like my opinions, or do you hate me?
I hate you. I'm going to leave a bad comment on my personal account.
Please do.
I'm going to call you a poop head.
That's bannable.